I was very angry and frustrated. It took all my life savings. I was hurt.
90-year-old scammed out of his life savings, and the bank said they couldn't help.
That's when he reached out to 7 on Your Side. Eyewitness News reporter Carlos Granda shows us how he helped get the man his $800,000 back.
He is 90 years old. Walking is difficult. His hearing is impaired. He has dementia. And someone stole $814,000 from him. Check after check after check. Tens of thousands of dollars at a time. His entire life savings. Gone. When his family went to Wells Fargo for help, the bank said no. Said too much time had passed. Said they couldn't reimburse him.
I was very angry and frustrated. It took all my life savings. I was hurt.
Here's the thing that makes this one impossible to sit with quietly. The signatures on every single one of those checks. None of them even came close to his real signature. Not one. And Wells Fargo cashed them all anyway. Stay with me, because what happened to Irving Rosenberg is one of the most infuriating cases we've ever covered on this channel. And before we go further, if you haven't subscribed to Crime Max yet, hit that button right now and turn on notifications. We cover cases like this every single week. Real operations, real victims, real tactics. You do not want to miss what's coming next. Also, if you have an elderly parent, grandparent, or relative with a bank account, check their statements right now. Today. You don't need a reason, just check. We'll tell you exactly what to look for at the end of this video. Irving Rosenberg is 90 years old. He lives slowly and carefully. Every step is deliberate. His hearing makes conversation difficult, and like many people his age, he has some dementia, small gaps in memory and awareness that make daily life a quiet challenge. But none of that diminished what he had built. Over a lifetime of working and saving, carefully, consistently, without excess, Irving had accumulated $814,000 in a Wells Fargo savings account. That money represented everything. Decades of discipline, a cushion against the unexpected, security for whatever years he had left. He never wrote checks from that savings account. Never. Not once. Starting in April, someone else did. Check after check. Each one in the tens of thousands of dollars, processed and cleared by Wells Fargo without a single question, without a single flag, without a single call to Irving or his family to ask, "Did you authorize this?" By the time the family realized what was happening, $814,000 was gone. Irving's nephew, who helps manage his affairs, got copies of the fraudulent checks. And the moment he looked at them, something was immediately obvious.
Look at all the checks that were written. None of them even have close to his signature.
Not close, not similar, not passable, not even in the same universe as Irving's real signature. Every single check had been forged, poorly, visibly, and Wells Fargo had cashed every single one. The family went to the bank looking for answers and help. Wells Fargo opened an investigation. But investigations can drag on indefinitely, and for a 90-year-old man who had just lost everything he owned, that wasn't good enough. Then came the letter. Wells Fargo denied the fraud claim entirely. Their reason? Too much time had passed before Irving reported it. The bank cited a 60-day reporting window, a standard policy that assumes the account holder is actively monitoring their statements and capable of identifying fraud quickly. Irving is 90. He has dementia. He can barely walk. He can't hear well. His nephew's response said everything.
And I went back to him and said, wait a second, he's 90. He's got a little bit of dementia. He can't hear. He can barely walk. And you guys have no help at all for him.
And beyond the reporting window question, there was something even harder to explain. How did tens of thousands of dollars leave a savings account week after week without a single automated alert? without a single flag from Wells Fargo's own fraud detection systems?
I don't understand why something like this wasn't caught at all.
That question still doesn't have a clean answer. With the bank's door closed, the family reached out to Channel 7's investigative unit. And the moment reporters started asking questions, everything changed. Wells Fargo's executive office, which had been completely silent, suddenly made contact. Then made contact again and again.
I contacted you and you contacted them. They've contacted me at least 5 times.
They're more responsive.
Yeah, oh, absolutely more responsive, yes, yes. Do I have a lot of confidence that he's gonna see any money? I don't know.
And as we were putting the story together, we got good news. Wells Fargo sending us an email and contacting the family that they were going to approve this claim.
The full $814,000 would be returned to Irving's account. In a statement, the bank said, after reviewing additional information and working with the family, they were pleased to be returning Mr. Rosenberg's money. They added that fraud prevention remains a top priority and encouraged all customers to review their statements monthly. Irving's response when he heard the news was simple and quiet.
Well, I feel much better. I'm able to sleep.
90 years old. Everything gone. And then, because his nephew refused to stop fighting and a news crew showed up, everything returned. The system worked, eventually, but only after enormous pressure forced it to. Here is what you need to do right now, especially if you have an elderly family member with a bank account. 1. Check their statements today. Don't wait for them to notice something. Don't assume the bank will catch it. Log in or request paper statements and look at every transaction personally. 2. Set up account alerts for every transaction. Most banks allow you to receive a text or email for any withdrawal above a certain amount. Set that threshold low, even $500. You want to know the moment money moves. 3. Add yourself as a power of attorney. If you have an elderly parent or relative who may struggle to monitor their finances, work with them now to establish a trusted person as power of attorney. This gives you legal standing to act quickly if something goes wrong. 4. Know your bank's fraud reporting window. Most banks have a 60 to 120-day window to report unauthorized transactions. If you spot something, report it immediately. Do not wait. The clock is already running. 5. If your bank denies a legitimate fraud claim, escalate immediately. File a complaint with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau at consumerfinance.gov. Contact your state's Attorney General. Reach out to local media if necessary. Irving got his money back because someone kept pushing. You have to keep pushing too. 6. Forged checks are check fraud. If you discover checks written from an account that the account holder never authorized, report it to local law enforcement immediately in addition to the bank. This is a criminal matter, not just a banking dispute. Irving Rosenberg spent 90 years building something real, and someone took it from him, check by check, while he was too impaired to notice, and while his bank wasn't watching closely enough to stop it. He almost never saw that money again. And he deserved better than a denial letter citing a reporting window. He deserved a bank that caught the forged signatures, that flagged the massive withdrawals, that called someone in the family before $814,000 disappeared. The money came back, this time, but only because someone refused to accept no for an answer. If you have an elderly relative who has been targeted by check fraud, had a legitimate fraud claim denied by their bank, or been told too much time has passed to be helped, drop your story in the comments right now. Tell us what happened and how it was handled. Your experience could be the warning that protects someone else's family tonight. Every detail matters. Every story counts. Share this video with someone who has an elderly parent or grandparent with a bank account. Because right now, awareness and attention are the only things standing between them and everything being gone. Subscribe to Crime Max. Real cases, real tactics, real protection. New content every week. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and we'll see you in the next one.